Mutial otro le realidad del mrenga sula Dios. Aklangal tangatra balwada ma club gale la balwada ma tele del ngartel el total. Oh, namo dagal total. Itasil. Eluk هذا ذو جد مر أذرا أبلور بلاو تقبل سميديا. مutial otro le بقول سوسرا يبدول مرقلاي مر بقول بلاو بيلوم بيرقلاي مر مسيل بلاو. President Paulus marugul senators, Speaker Kanay marugul delegates, Governor Paloy marugul governors, Speaker Thomas marugul lators, marbek justices, Chief Justice irregular marbek justices, mardiri galbek other bela ngara ngayangan almorho charigi mangara ikla ablur bela alchils. Dirigamal Nuita Sils, el Gorga Vice President, Minister Aitaro, Minister Ogoril, Minister Tmatul, ma trigal togobiet selot kyak sangargid. Idi sogal recognize ra ngawaklom tera TMC ma dirigal Faith, el Island Times, ngartela bungid, malmsulang. Gida ngari togobiet selot kyak sangargid ngawakla le gasuse kada mle ملليس الغط السكوجي الدايركتر نغرا بلورا ناري تال مربيلا ما تقال تقوبت سروك شخص غريد السلسلة نغرتيا غاريا فايس بريزيدنت ستيفن موريسي غانا فايس بريزيدنت اوف ريجولاتوري اند policy for United Airlines الملا وبنجده غا ترى رقم لا ميون أقنار واشنطن دي سي من هذا دوني الجيل تيال فلايت واسيل بربيلا mal menengah sulel ngartia lo mengkedre lang mlosel ga ko ketengel merablur belang trial ngartiang gele Dan Wise ngangel managing director longora yelok tokara government ma regulatory affairs ma Ken Kiriyama nga ngel ukongora sales Rablura Shabal, Micronesia, ma Philippines. Ngari trial dirigal beber staff ting artiang ya Bert Wilbager nga senior regional manager, and of course kadita sarabela avec time United. So thank you for coming back. And remind him that you're always here in Palau. So it's also Paula Monk, senior sales manager from United, and Breen Merfalin. Oh, there she is. Yeah. Also, Rims Marketing. Kada this other module kasi kada mral tial ulil tial flightera blura asyabal mera blur belaw. Dimla kaldil beyot el borin toy. Mle ultuira kamangal aldo ma dirigal Seldasing partnership manegel kumbali tiram lotmage supporter gid tialuro ngaria mal swada mutial taale mrenga sulela Palau Pacific Resort dirigal swada matial ma Tokyo Land Corporation dirigal swada matial dirigal mrenga sulela sel Donkey Group ma tial Palau Coral Club el pes el hotel morir blue ramla la ya todavía se entabló el gombalera Shabal el niño hotel al ser blue bala mal lulguito hace el mare del monite al flight do siga que rogulte al el boring dirigal southern marina azul el sel corporation Aurora airport el Palau International Airport Corporation ese gana el gombalera Shabal el supporter gana Shojit Chatco Trigay matedregal mlotmak egado urolo magela United elite alurior sel sed lo ay sinin ma adra blur bela sel flight ragasus mera blur bela amle muy din clout tela da mal mo magegri le soda el togro que agarra blur shabal abol sebrin mera blur bela lo mal material service sel el soda mera sulela United el girel tirgam la gongelo setia el flight ديومو لتاسين نيادر رغا السل ديغل غرا ديومو لستوب kung el makalomangge dalo ase gi dada katay nga sew como siguro kya kalomangge kritial skogi mo se del el make sure ang sel de raga ade kaulo pangalel. So on behalf of the people of Palau, Vice President Morrissey and the team at United, thank you. I was sharing in Palau that it's been a long process, and it took partners, Palau Pacific Resort and Tokyo Land Corporation, the Palau Coral Club in Yasuda, Palau International Airport Authority, and PVA together with United to make this happen. And it's important. We need their continued support to keep the planes full. I think that's the most important element. So really on behalf of the Palauan people, we say thank you. I liked what you said in Tokyo. It's about connections. It's about commitment and really opening up doors of opportunity. And for us, one of the things that we've been focused on is how do we diversify our tourism economy? And we believe that the Japanese market is an important market for us. We want to get back to the days where we got 40,000 visitors from Japan. And I think that is attainable in partnership with United as the largest airline in the world, if I'm not mistaken. And so we should,
We claim so.
Partnering with the right partner and really opening up a hub. And I heard yesterday that connects with 102 different destinations, really opens up the possibilities. That means those 102 destinations make one stop in there in Palau. And that's the connectivity that we want. So it's not only connecting the Japanese market with bringing the Japanese market here, but it's also opening up Palau to the world. And that's why, we're grateful for the 2 flights a week for the next 3 years. But there's nothing holding you back. If you feel in a year that we need to go to 4, let's do it. And if you feel in another year we need to go to daily, let's do it. But we're here to support you, and let's partner together to bring the world to Palau. Now, so thank you. Oh, with that, I want to give you an opportunity to say a few words.
I'll just be really, first of all, I'll lead.
Yeah.
I want to start by expressing our gratitude to President Whips and your government and all the partners that help make this policy. Decisions like this aren't made lightly. They take vision and they take relentless advocacy. And President Whips has showed that vision. And as you've seen already today, that relentless advocacy for this flight, for more flights, for Palau. So we wouldn't be here today if not for your active engagement and involvement, and we thank you for that. President mentioned, when talking in Tokyo, I mentioned 3 things that come to mind when talking about the importance of this new flight. It's really not just a flight. It represents so much more than that, but it's about customers first and foremost. We wouldn't be successful if we weren't offering our customers more choices, more places to fly, better service, always striving to be better and to attract people to choose United as the airline they want to fly. Second is, and the President mentioned this, connectivity. What we're doing with this flight is we're bringing the world to Palau, but Palau to the world as well. It's a two-way street, and connecting to United's in Narita, but connecting onto United's hubs in Los Angeles and San Francisco and Denver and Houston and New York, as well as our partnership in the Star Alliance. There's really, we're opening up the world and bringing the world here and bringing you to the world as well. Community is the third part of it. I've only been here less than 24 hours now, but I can tell Palau is a really special place. And in so many ways, including with the pledge on the flight in. We talk about, when we talk about flights, we talk about distance and connections and crew and all the logistics, but a flight like this means so much more. And values that you have here are those that we share. United is committed to sustainability, and we have a slogan that we call "Good leads the way." And it struck me last night, it's very consistent with the way you live here. Good leads the way. So that makes it even that much more heartwarming to be here today. And then finally, if I could just say, this is about, as the president said, opportunity and possibilities. In our conversations, both here in Tokyo on the flight, and then a few weeks ago in Washington when you came and met with our entire leadership team, it's all about the opportunities and the possibilities that lie ahead. And, so this is the start of something very special, not the end of something very special. And let me close by saying, Ki Kamal Masulang. Is that close?
Very good.
Okay, thank you. Close enough. Thank you.
Yeah, well,
So this is not TXT.
Ilan times?
Welcome to Palau, Vice
Thank you.
President Morsi. Some of the 2018 was the last time there was a direct flight from Norwegian. That was by Delta Airlines. They left citing low passenger rate and all that stuff. So, how do you plan to, on the United side, to market the route to ensure that it's viable and sustainable? And follow-up question to that is, what metrics will you be using to analyze the route in the coming 3 years on whether or not it's will be continue to be a viable route or expand as the president wants to for more flights?
It all starts with that partnership that the president mentioned with, this is not something that United markets alone. It's a group effort, it's a group initiative, and we're pleased to be a part of it. In terms of metrics, let me just back up a step and talk about, when we talk about connectivity, one of the reasons we're able to make this flight work, why we're so optimistic, is because of those connections. United is building the biggest and best network in the history of commercial aviation. So it opens up opportunities. We're serving more places and doing unique things out of Tokyo, out of Guam, in the region than any airline's done in quite some time. And that's because we're growing, we're hiring new people, we're buying new aircraft and looking for new opportunities around the globe. So we're very optimistic that the combination of, Palau kind of markets itself. And we're going to do our part to make sure the word gets out. But that all those things coming together are what's going to make this flight successful and make it grow.
maybe just speaking about connections, I think it's important that unlike Guam, where you fly into Guam and your connections are basically just to the Honolulu, or you can go to Tokyo. If you fly into Tokyo to get to the mainland, you have 5 major U.S. cities that one stop and you're there. And that's important not only for us Palauans, it makes it so much easier to travel to the U.S. And I want to take this opportunity and thank you for the scheduling, because the scheduling is amazing. Because you can leave Palau at now 11 o'clock in the morning, get into Tokyo at a very decent time. You don't have to lose sleep. And then you sleep on the plane and you arrive the next morning in the U.S. So I think for jet lag and the comfort of flying to the U.S. for Palauans is going to be phenomenal. And then the same thing for visitors coming to Palau. And you also can leave the U.S. later and just get that one stop and get into Palau. So really, that door opens up. And, United's part of the Star Alliance. So hubbing in Tokyo not only opens up the U.S., but it opens up all of Asia and Europe. as another gateway for travelers to come into Tokyo and come on to Palau.
To reinforce your point,
Yeah.
I live in Washington, based there, for United, for the work that we do. This could have been, I could have been here same day. I could have left my house at 8 o'clock in the morning and been in Palau same day through Tokyo. So if that doesn't tell you the possibilities, connected in Narita, flew to Newark, connected in Narita, and then took the flight on here. So I didn't do it in a day, but I could have. Next time, I think I will. So it just,
And as you continue to expand, there'll be a Washington Narita flight soon.
well, yeah. And to that point, we also, it's not just Narita, it's also Haneda in Tokyo as well, and all the connections
Yeah.
that come with that, particularly with ANA. So the possibilities are endless once you open up the world, which is what we're doing here.
Memang mau ke nanti deh tekan nomor.
Oh,
Tekan ada boring be.
oh, oh. Oh,
Ese tipo de drone le.
hindi ka sodi.
Bo. Mau ke
Yawa.
first. Mau ke.
Just wondering what the Palau side market for PBA is another year. So, wondering what Palau will be doing for marketing with this new going to Japan.
Partnership. So we're working very closely with the United team as well as PVA. For the last 4.5 months at the Osaka Expo, we gave the opportunities to all the hotels, especially PPR, to do a lot of marketing in Japan. So we've been working with not only the Japan Embassy, but PIAC and all of our partners in Japan, Haneda and Sojitz, as well as obviously the United team. Mungklo adoru ringil giral segi the ludior.
The film. We've partnered with the Paradise Rika, no, Palau, sorry, it's Pelelu Gurnarika Pelelu. Se انقلت الفيلم دي سيغانا انقلت توقع الشابة ده سيد الدولي. Yeah, it's an anime movie. So ngora cartoon. Di rablili, ablu rablilio. And we partner with them to actually create a stamp. That'll be a commemorative stamp that will launch next year. But you have to go on multiple channels. And one of the things that I have to thank United for is at our press conference there yesterday, there was really a wide variety of press that were at the airport. And then we had the opening ceremony, and there was a lot of cameras. And we're getting huge publicity in Japan. So, that's the strength of, I think what's most important is the strength of having regular service. Because now you have the commitment of United to help us with that marketing. So it's a partnership between PVA, the hotels, the tour agents, and the airline also committed. And that's what it's going to take to make it a successful route. So, yeah, it's a team effort. Oh, and then besides that, there was also in the terminal area, not the term where at the departure, but at the like the shopping arcade, there was a booth set up by Shojitz and PIAC. Also, just get people excited about it. And they're going to do those kinds of booths in Haneda too, to get the Japanese domestic market interested. So you try different approaches.
When I walked into Narita, first thing I saw was a big electronic billboard celebrating the new flight. So how many eyeballs saw that? We've got the best sales and marketing team in the business here today too. So there's a lot of, we're committed.
And the other advantage that United has is they're already one of the biggest airlines, I think, outside of JAL and ANA, right? You'd probably be carrying the second most passengers into Japan.
Yeah, we're the largest airline in the Pacific region, by far. So
So that just helps in the marketing, so.
and one, if I could, just, you're going to get me bragging on United here, but
okay.
we've got the world's best loyalty program called Mileage Plus, where we're providing lots of new ways to earn and use miles, and so people can, take 10 trips a year for business and then come on vacation in Palau. You're connected by being connected to the network. It opens up all sorts of opportunities on United, and we're very excited for those possibilities.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. My question is for you. What factors influenced the decision to launch a direct flight from specifically Japan to Palau?
Well, first of all, we went through COVID. We've been, I think, subjected, and we've said it in the past, to weaponized tourism. And so one of the things that we wanted to do is, when we came out of COVID, is to build up new routes that are proven routes with direct service. Because some of those other destinations, the reason why so many visitors come is we have direct service from them. And so we know that that's what the customers want. And I'll just, give you an example. Currently, when you go to Tokyo from Palau, you fly in to Guam in the morning, and you don't leave till noon. And that's a lot of time. You're basically you leave here at 2 in the morning, and by the time you get to Tokyo, it's about 3 in the afternoon. So that's a lot of time spent. And we truly believe that if you had better connections, there'll be more people that are willing to fly. And we saw that in the past, whether it was charter flights with Japan Airlines and also Delta. So, yeah. Yeah.
Just add a little bit. So
Yeah.
right now, currently, when the Japanese fly to Palau, most of them go through Taipei, and they lose the day coming and lose the day going because of the connections. We know as a fact, and they can correct me if I'm wrong, Japanese market have very short vacations, and so the more direct it is, the better. And so this will really change those dynamics.
And I think most importantly, and I share this with the Japanese market, Palau and Japan have a long and shared history. And because of that, we believe that the Japanese we share culturally the same values, especially when it comes to respect and respect for the environment. And we want visitors that come and appreciate our environment and treasure that. And I think that's important. So we should target markets that respect our environment and that help us protect it. And of course, it should be a win together, and really value the Palau Pledge.
Vice President Steve, do you have other plans on the other islands of the Pacific? Or you mentioned you're doing this for your strategy in Asia Pacific. Are there other plans to expand service to other places, or is this just like a one-off?
Nothing to announce today, but
Right, team? Are you sure you want to announce it today?
But I would say is look to our recent history, to the expansion that's been going on across United's network in the Pacific in particular. We started this flight, Narita, to Palau. Just the other day, we launched flights from San Francisco to Bangkok and Ho Chi Minh City through Hong Kong. We're flying from Narita to Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. We're flying to Cebu in the Philippines. So it's been, as our network has grown across the world, we've grown in the Pacific region as well. And I have no expectation that regional growth or that overall growth is going to stop anytime soon. Anything, guys, I should add on that? Does that cover it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like Steve just mentioned, we started the Hong Kong to Bangkok and Hong Kong to Saigon, and for the just last several months, we've launched the more than I think 6 in total new markets in the region, and now also in December we will start the San Francisco Adelaide as well. So with that combined, we'll serve 32 destinations in the Asia Pacific, which is actually the 20% more than all other U.S. carriers combined. So that's, shows our commitment for this region. And this is our home. So we feel really a strong commitment here. And we're really grateful to this opportunity to grow into Palau direct service. In Japan. So I think what I could share is that we have in Tokyo, we serve 2 airports. One is Haneda and the other is Narita, right? And Haneda is a slot constraint airport because it's proximity to the downtown and space is very limited. And as opposed to Narita, there are some spaces for additional growth. And that's where we decided to leverage. And also that we can leverage that our aircraft sitting on or based in the Guam, which started to through Narita to Cebu, Ulaanbaatar, and Kaohsiung and Palau. So that's kind of the baseline that we have. But yeah, and also that that's what we used, Fifth Freedom, as a U.S. carrier, it is really special that we have. And also we have a same Fifth Freedom, right, through Hong Kong as well. And that's why we expanded our route to Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City, and Bangkok.
Oh,
I didn't leave my house on Monday and show up here on Monday. I meant one journey, without an overnight stay. So I didn't want you to think that I was time traveling.
especially you leave the day when you cross.
Yeah.
the day.
But I will get home, a half hour after I left, go the other way.
No, thank you for being here and celebrating with us, and we look forward to, just continued growth and opportunities together.
And this wouldn't be happening without your vision and leadership, so we really appreciate it.
So we'll let them be excused and, Chasing? No, I'm not Chasing and answer. Oh, Chasing? Okay, media wants to take a picture of us, so you want us to stand? Okay. We'll see you tonight. Okay. press conference rigid. What rule? Kita sodal acknowledge lo se Mr. Francis Toribio. Kita mdani lo se sel doktora turist mo الباق لما ملارا عندن مرا أبرتاخله. السلا بلور بلا مرا sodal acknowledge ري تنوال غرير الالتام ترى البانر تيال ياملا مودي بسرعة درون. You know, if I know Francis, kita rogo me sa ba temedar bula di temporary. Kita we look forward to the day when we're all together. So, di blat career elan since. Kita di sodora sa secretary kami na bla shabal. Kita amlegira del أو إيه ملاقينا المريض المونج مترا Prime Minister. The Prime Minister بلا شابال أقول لهم ميود سلام مليل تري من ندخل سل ميتي ما عمل ميود المرا بلورا شابال. The Minister of State هذه من أمضى لهم يملو فيزيترا Foreign Minister. كذا ملور سيرا Sunday ترى سبادون يملو مترا بلورا تايوان مترا أوكا أدرا Foreign Affairs ميجل ستانشين كلا advisor كذا الجيرة لا preparations الجيرة لا PIF رأى المرق ما renewable energy program سر أبلور بلاو and then قدم لور أبلور أشياء سر Sunday مناسبة كان يجي الميتين الجيرة دم يملا سر أقول لور يملا قدنا مدور سل سسقوا Peace Foundation الديرة لو مساعدة تيال unlocking blue prosperity plan جديد متيال ديرة لو يتراسه about partnership. Sel to close to tell partner sel unlocking blue Pacific prosperity is about balancing protection with production. Kita mengira se really is a call el mera Pacific rogira se 30% protected, 100% managed oceans. But it requires investment. Magadon itara burasya balma sasakawa matrigel tokol partners gitu se invest in the Pacific and in preparations to PIF. So the lot of this message المرتيل. دريغل من تلا الموت المترا نجل نيا أمردرا أجايجا رابلورا شابال مستر تناغا هذا ميرنا سولير سيل الستادي تيم البلا منعمول أورول جيرال سيل بس الفيشينج بورت يدريغل مرنا سولير جيرال يال بتقول لوريول لورو لا أجايجا رابلور بلاو توني أمينا توباسيم نعمول أوريو رنجي سيلوريو رابلو رامل غيوغ الجيرة لا تورا أوتك التيرا مرورا first phase رنجيل سيل جولر تيرا سيل بول بيف يعني مقل ناليا demonstration سيل أكرو ممبريرا أبرتقل مغلغول تلدا بالمرابلو دريغل الملانيا تقلاد الميترا university نجل chair سيل التايشو university اللقوة مثلا يجي تال اللي جدا سيد التمغل ولا لو بنتيل جيل لا تغورا اسكول ناريار تيرون مينستر سملو سيد المتر تير اغوتنجل مينستر agriculture and fisheries مينستر سوزوكي المينستر سوزوكي امناتال بيربلاو نمو ايرول تامل برابلور بلاو وملي منطقة سيل جابان يانغ بارلمنتاريانز ليغ ملي فيزيتر بيلاو من الان ملامو مينستر اغريكالتشر ما فيشريز من مال سمريرا بلور بيلاو كورسا بلور بيلاو كده مدينا سير ادرا اوغينا وادري كملي بلور بيلاو ملي اولي تريد راسه سيل تلبيلو المو منغلور سيل غاري اوميا دري على سيل بلور المو 50% يمال ديرغا مير قبيل جيرال of course من المول ملون نقول له مغراد السيسي أتقرأ مية درال سير بلور بلاو الموير أدر بلاو of course موير أدر شاون موير جيد الروغوي and I think من يقول تجيب المسكنسبشن ولا شيء ما دري اللي تيال 50-50 موديل PNMS PNMS هذه من المول ملغارين أساس هذا جاستري إندي PNMS هذه من المول ملغارين in fact their recommendation is sell natio se bay mle recommend ro se el got cloud tutel el girela omoriol ma al sel ablur belaw sel logim el mail el mleyok al sel ablur belaw seum sersi prevent gel amungad regal المقتول ديال ماروي يغميو امرال السوبر كليس اللي يقول لك نار ربلور بلاو الجريد المغريوم اللي من مخري من كلوتو تريلا ادو تاو تيجي نيام ناو مريغلوم سو وكتو ماغس تولي سيلين اجي يقول لك مينستري اوف فاينانس اجي ميترنجل Ministry of Finance Sata Sugi Katayama. The Minister Olgri nga first reveal Minister of Finance Rabla Shaban. Nga mne director tax. Ema Minister Maldiwai gitu. Tigal director tax. Tigala Will Minister. Kaleba mne director tax ramal ngaramong. Siya mne first lurel. Di nga malverse te mal mga issue rablur belaw kita dire kam names tilling of course kita uro nom gila doctor Yoshino es el Palau savings bond da ulang mal cloud tutel gel doctor Yoshino sira belaw su belaw se agot cloud problem rablur belaw igal udo dormur tral sira rablur belaw mal rabang rablur amregel to doro kol rablur amregel te galol sel melget rablumi mo masang ang song saudo tral sira rablumi lo mo rablumi brula roliu Murula igel kami ospe mo kom loan amring la ludo tragal baby ramang karablula to koni ablura Taiwan timska example ngakla sell loan or housing el dingil ablura Taiwan 6% interest ring al time that's the example yeah adrela savings bond and sel ko propose as we pay between 2 to 3% ese adun masa NDVP mo sel loan out audo dal morar okyak el direct al helper tirmang do siga ge rogul te al lol sis baudo del spesi abanged mo sabe el to baudo do lo sera adr belaw regel la modor mlisir kel geizera al sela blur belaw man of course tirgel other Ministry of Finance am legir el mera blur bera al melbuira November because we were supposed to have an economic symposium di gidam dange Vice President rase sel November ngare imura conference el mara sel conference ngara blura huri ping sel kung APAFs magia se aboga dam grado sadra pension ma SS inge blal mim tabel al modibus diga se bere de postpone litrir malmetir maradro olvil material togol nomsu sel medre litia lomsu belgire la pension plan rigid ma SS ma togra fishing ma togra a savings bundle Dangar tel bera rogo de Saudi. Ma yom das was maybe the best time is March next year. E me da bodo no okle da drilla symposium el sila other rogo participate and it happens to be gora raga men mandra youth ma do kyarle bebera tam gadmro legal policy imla beso ase economic policies ahmal impact ranga yaskal ngalgel ablur belo me gira del stopper tial ngaga pero speram sir toy mogol stopper morora ududira ngalged domda so sem grado ele dolisi mesel retire ngalged in area a retirement tertir so we have to make tough decisions but especially sel tora retirement ma pension and we have to address with them we la bodo dagal imol blue do saadri e bodo ma se al sungo dogi tegi dera le ngara ngal sangsel ngara aklung yolel ele gidam lam de lo se dam langi tawdo dra brom regel digo fase awdo de gon ditia mal di yor gmiu el rulle alla il sum kli a pension gmiu smisi e aki mas kmi awdo so ngara le tamayir gid dirigal مناسبة الدرجة لو بقى على مينستير مساعدة يجيب بتقل من غسولة يجيب بتقل ناس ورا بروح شعب المرا بلور بلاو of course كده من invite ناس يبول سبيل يقبلوا الدنيا جد I think I just wanna update رابلور بلاو إلى السيلسين كده مول دروق كرسل دواسين quarterly report المرا والبيرة غلولا وهذه سوق المهايلايت تبي بيرا تقرأ السلسل quarterly report تسه ولا أتياس ياسين جد السل أرجع العراق 2025. So, akti mo highlight tadi, tablong ebru level bas kami akapiri. Ngo otil wa sesel mle wal arangalel, ayel dulu tob dulu do, lorus tra kabel menteri dam le dart, ma odei matal million, 131 million. Tianga wal logotiu me email basen tersel nia budget el dul tbadi. Direk lulu ay selo ase. Sera dorura yo sangang argi den wal ngari sel de dileng ilo ase. Igel rogul si sepele la udo mera. So is bra blur belau. Mgide unumral wase a 2025 ing ase del gorgorngi a 139,624,000. Tiang amle including sel 7.5 million ludo dra EDB. A total ludo del dumas aseng meso is 139 million. This otherwise was melmutra a September dori. Sel il disela yelu do me so is from sangara blur belau, including sel 7.5 million alone. Amle 152,972,000. Actually tialo ura tiaklo tutele ngakling. Ngo otil wase ayel gargaringed re larrak ra 2025. Adi waklungel sel executive branch ul tbdil yosang ang ilgirela 2026. Makpadelo asengari akora sepa kreng aseng song sa udo mangana di beresela na mada kablukul le ratra senet tamlol pasri le ngalak kertel le the proposer im de kaliga. Di sel gotrungira ni adrela silse bai sangana. Ngani sel salary increase 10% matigilo le al payday. Kadamra ngasulera adro olbin nos il pasra continuing. Marata government taududol emla maigel angaristir. Sel bai giradal rolin tetirase tida report le gong andiri katal dorura yesanga do mesera a fourth quarter report last year. Di donete se komla mesa mrokom kai gets emote de ayosanga mla ka gibam kosokos. Lecture mesa report le tutao de sogal highlight lo ase. Jadi ali de muro December Ministry of Justice angara pakarkar a Ministry of Health mangara pakarkar, a Ministry of Education mangara pakarkar, ma Ministry of Finance mangara pakarkar. Ngara ulay kay gidel Foreign Ministry mangara pakarkar because sel 10% increase raw dudira adam na sois bralsen. Mude kaudo dara a Ministry lo mara dengi, mude kaudo dara Ministry lo mara ay gidel egal, mude kaudo dara Ministry lo mara alu hindi soal lo maklat ke mga le adro olbira ko ase da kay ngesew da sa maklia yo sang angargid bol maklorang miu ngariaw do hindi kala do ka al sum ngare gel dirgab tokol so mil marul ale ok tapas tiang de lutel la da do gire ndi med make sure or tela government dirgida amul mol remort ak podera se adra blura brigila te atsil pasra ba se tertir di me la do super tira da ma ngarigel will dosu magel de will dosu nakadosu bra na ramdigel okay edi so galuk direk mutial teal kada msadra sel saudi lon madangelo ase mla tele gal qoram la TMC direk mla ya gidele Jennifer sungyama mla tele Palau wave kita madangelo ase atara adul saudria a saudi loan se el $15 million loan el dollar ira blura saudi me help pra NDBP ali sel udoda ngara saudi mera blur belau digdum sa NDBP el sel interest me dili wa loan digdum sa korostate sel interest el charge gida saudi sigida interest digdum sa NDBP among gathering dial government blur belau among gathering actually selling mal so kanu tial tal emrang asulela a senator Basilius ngari sa yel talk gide wakla mang mal lembre de lotto bedin dim lo next session tiagi del tilo mak mrang asulen dik mengelo ase tiam lo raula le qoram lo to om so del ndi so kal smada bebi regel to kol mildur raula len dasen clock confusion agotlulen mil sader sel el togol girala ngari om sader giral sel wase require a Saudi contractor and require a Saudi consultant tiang a standard agreement el mora yero gul bululo development including a blue ngara Africa. Al bebira time ngara igel project lo rule el Saudi adegal necessarily tunga atial loan el masabang. Most of the time adegal masabang. Tungul masa agong Bali embrura project, let's say embrura did embrura agagi del airport el rungol project. Mensori prioritize akong Bali tir. This is the important part of the agreement ceremony say if applicable. Sel dungur tialuk $1 loan sel toka de applicable. Ding standard del document til adara la artem na review rim di tiada kal applicable morgi de legida de bodo askertil mamru legal blay. Tiang amor NDPP amat mokone. Enguk na tokol gila la tax. Manera dul gelo ase tia kor exempt til gila la tax. Ida el al time Maria loan el bladanga era ablura a Taiwan Maria loan el bladanga era ablura degal blue ADB. Igel sel tura blur bela loan ingare interest el daharaw. Ngare interest ma ala daraw do. Idire kana ya do del dollar ablura shaban. Tigala dara Saudi amnamru la way gidurur rablura Africa. Idam de saying igel government unstable. Atala algot el seba garandiriya se agiru la non e como krumula la miu el toma la igel trum la non ora do da mo da gi mai galu do. Tial Saudi Development Fund aswal make sure ase igel do do gi bes kamiu ma igel interest el gidam la gongel ase como haraw abom haraw. Ndi kal gorang ari amo tele kom malasri. El kadam la gongel ase kada la haraw etida interest. Ma wala standard nga el tona la sila el rira ase ma ta exempt ra tax. Ndi kidam de ase sel dura interest collectria abang ndi kada pe tax ni. Ndi standard del toy esuri al ngar al selen moklor ni wase. Tiamal mal bal waise. Ila tamla acknowledge ni wase ngar al sel agreement. Diregal Maria Aguirre el Girela pere namo ina faigel so delo a Saudi a cloud to trela ase at the end of the day the agreement trigidlo mangel selbulu al sumania issue eta dagal sumokl nga ka ready alitial resolution amlamo 8 months ngar a Senate House amle pasingin mo la Senate. Mal ngar alera bekkel senator sa ngari amon dalngir. Modon okl tir ma chairman tire sumo okl. Lesel do mesra atletal. Ikado gora di wadi do. Di the stober tial toy malaka loral. Akna lot kisel mlelas. Mlaria omolgora imora senator lo ase. Ngire del momdale ase telabla belsela blur belawe. E gangari tele del mohara magaram. Really? Tia loan do saudri a loan the pastorim ra NDPP. Ali, ndia kabol harani a government trablur belaw. Mo harani a NDPP. Ndia kal NDPP a mo harani trial adal meleng audo der NDPP el gire la blirir. Mela amle question ngel senator sase. Nso kal mo mese ngara klisi ir malum ability til harar tia loan trigegedel. Tial organization. Mugida kada mengira NDPP mo malalon application o rogo Amerika me waisa senator se diala ngagi del ruba kala se el moharar tialon ndi mo nadong tialon ndi kada real waise kada gotte kada ma wa lon el me e omral wase NDPP aruli se luk ngarale apa imle example el derir li e tortigel senator sangar se amle approve rir tiam lo Amerika government rir asel loan el gira la 15 million el housing el milngaer ablura Taiwan el al sil se harara interest el 6%. Dangel wase ikadilura adra ablura se oy bomola loan or kamiu el 1%. Muser el al time adingilun mo belsela government ablur belaw. El kada a NDPP ma pala housing ada asilor top da loan el 1% en dire kalngane. Kadamla gift ringin mo other belaw. Actually they gift Namo albangalera rogul other belal mga mokri. Makma understand the self concern a senator that's why mal blakatak tel loan. Dia bol belsela am trablur belaw. Balsela NDBP, el balsira adal tira millang audo dra NDBP. Kita mga sara ada ospe ablay. Amokte kartialona mal di mga sera adara. Ablur belau, el tira giril mrul ablirir, el altay mga song saudo, rabang galol tob del mrul ablira. Nga tita opinion na. Gira mo blakatak na. Hindi kal el di maigal resolution maurol mal ara atana edi rebor edi mangil. Ngire lottor ka cloud the swir. Mal suma maralul the sura seng atirir el seng kyon nol bodir bolo to ngir adra blulu ase. Au kultura housing blan se sigaw do del yasui e adra senata atirir and that's fine. Hindi gi momra adra Saudi, that's fine. Hindi tial malmon mal delay postpone el di masadri. I'm sorry. Tabula adra blur belal mangira senet. Makbreng asulala a Senator Basilius, el liangar alel, el mother sin moraulal. Of course, kita mura anytime, el wase, al chomia, al ngaria karmi or senators, el chomil masawa tertia, tiso kalawai so ase, ya senator udi, sel garil mora chairman Basilius, amle garil mangel, president tarabang ara NDBP, amal responder morngi, el marang yang will email, el smodi, mlegirel by senator udi, by mlegirel share, sel babilingel, el moraulal, el dekal alakrat chairman ara kamiti. I mean, kita tiamal karel bulu. Di po dabla takle la kada dong without the sura adra bulu. Anyway, ngungi lang ate katel la kada ka atang arte ribat nga ge boys. Press conference na. You know, lastly, kadam lara blu ra siaban. Emlo ra tele del morsel toyo su market. Tara ula kadam ra toyo su market ta. Amre sodra mes sel operation or amge dra blu ra siaban. E sodra mo understand ro ase. Aigal lo mga dara blur belau wa bofi masel ligara Palau tuna tirigat tamkara odorok lang galil mora blura siaban e deka bot turang idir broker so da dil mal telmo makmano understand wa se otia mal beot ngira mal dimbe connection or ngel ngara siaban e mal ndeka blukul bom turawa PIT enta al mora siaban mal se ali direct telmo mung tirada siala se imal dimira yal kong balil me magimoga nge emro ko me gesel el connection e mostat lorior ma I hope and say that make a connection and get se ko to da bol to ka dilira ra bo fi bol to ka dilira a Jackson and bol si lo dorok lang in masyaban le sele to su market aling 25% ra angigel el motor ra blura syabal mursel magi di wala el basyo elam lam riaskogi namaso dorong sa tunal non stop el mora syabal so you know ya te alam la mori mun la mogri de lo and that's why gadon tra adra olbil el kulo ase alla angara madamiu mla momrek omsu emla ter klil wase ngari aigel ngalan sangasela sanctuary gid ligira dal malisi kadam ngel wase tial mlo trok 80% adim la kal beisra yadim la beisra feeling dim la kal beisra sound science mla mo trok wase cell optimal ligira dal preserving cell 50 mile which ngokodel ba centra adbela blur bela el este malo tuti sel gida ngun mo representative mo sa el chairman or sel high level panel of oceans gida amlo falabri el lol do sel ul das ase adbel da gira del at least gada mangariom o del basentri masigi del das ablado ngun mo pacific gada mlangun mo ablado mo pasel das BBNJ el gada na ter clear wase that's the optimal el gira la omariom mang agira mo bangli atiagid aigal luuz angaringi maldi wa tokora bul rangara molme kaduk mong emesal wase namongil tial dururingi ngira dal adjustri e kadukut makli los pera ungil o rabagal motchegni wase ngwaisendia mlamo mereka omsu amla terklil wase selo del basent se protectri engungil e make sure e manage sel dartel el basent kidere al time ablader se alla al mor olbiraglo al mosenet mal simple dim change ra size romnged ngaria 20 relang bol 50 so once again antara yella mlamo mlabui el ngara a senet godol ngi tertil wase tianga el bangle lablur belaw ngarregel mesois brablur belau sira donga sanctuary merelange kedua ble minus ra edel million te al raudo mesois brablur belau for the last 3 years sira the postponer sel mleu the sura draus ra se dit sel din modia igad milaudo elam nasto bagel udo dul maralmi aigel udo dul gidol sis brablur bela la tam ligel al omiyat aige ogi wa grant brablur ambrigel e ogi aigel omiyat el gida partners el PNA matangara era baby rablu e omski daudo dul girel ngara lomiyat alani atola bagel marer sel lomiyat al malai mang giradan mo understand ra atial el trata el gida ngara al sel e waqla ulaq tu dice Minister of State ngayad el mgatakla imol tukoy sel do sada ra a marine sanctuary ya gumral wasea tirgel giril oba sada ra marine sanctuary adit tablol entity Ministry ra Agriculture and Fisheries ma Pickwick o sel qadam la tasker til mrur sel ngaral mo tirgibel rarungo the Minister of State deksal sure di understanding na kal sumang ari ang idi lom sa radrong le labelau matarablu engire la President Rablu belal masadani executive branch am sadani ndigal gire la rubul belau الجيد دنگel wase tirga nga advisor gid lolu sel director mo government Rablu rasyaban madanga Rablu rasyaban nga meeting etilo do siya babilingela araklay lom tera rubu algom tera rubugol pelom de kosen diom tera araklay el masadra a sanctuary mortir so Minister of State kam ko adimos modi tial babieren amtas ngila tigibel magatakliyan
Misalnya Presiden, maral selbolgonya maral tokoin. Kalau maral ablu siapan mengkaida Presiden maral brief update ada lagi rogul meeting si belani. Etira urilo to si terbabian berkembang. Terbabian la klien mora ambassador sa Hiro Yugia Origasa October 22, 2025. Selmolu sumur ambassador, you're basically writing to the national government to Selbelu. Maul manggil executive branch sama udura government na siya ba. Ya, umasodel nga rubak malmuk kadang-kadang question sa manggil eh. Ngawak. Egal question sa kaya siya ba si kadang ber kamam. Nganya ger masik. Do you set sustainable harvesting levels? If so, how is it done and what do you base it on? Tila ka question mo ra Minister Victor Maradal. Will Japan land its fish in Palau or continue to offload in Okinawa? Tilang ger boleh bulak mo kumla ko ngil mo support report niya. If Palau increases domestic fishing zone to 50%, what is the projected increase in fish landings and revenue for Japan for Palau? May na present na mga takli, we have no fish landing. $1 above today is better than what we had sa dakot na mitmutyaw. Ay lang adar siya ba lang ang wilit na dilo ngilom sa ambasador mutamla sa kamam ba mo yung adar di. Letiam na sabihin nga ministry na miningkan Minister of Fisheries Agriculture siya ba address ni. Dito magayang masya. Uli ka sa til government til merbelaw mutingin sa kamlo tung termo mustira executive branch sa merbelaw mas kumdalik yan dia. Dia kalungit teletal atau ay sige del murata la bulu ito da papel mergi del murata del morti kada explain masya at tradition mana di ang desisyon PCL tigal atras siabal mertiang at tiga export trafil dekti tubing cara lo sitia babir ambassador beranga kaktir kan pal mo kramo tomok krabusyo le basen ngarbela jak sepadak tiang alber nga kang diungil. Ding nga kang presidenta ng ok albangat tin. Ya, di tal executive branch sa mga doon mura government siya ba at that time. More any other country for that matter. Tokon al sila ikang hindi bal mga sulela o di kasa. Manti yung mga government siya ba tamal sa lip. Tamal understand na masing marang anim tao tilulong ba masing tina babir kamlong tumamesa. At sumba ba, mereka cakap lam kita ke alam berkongem temurah study. The experts are blura siapa gini lah ini dil ngala koradi engineering. And we still have to question it. Tiga kita melamel dil. Subia mina to basing tingil ma or. Ak tiga mal ko amlo tergibel upsete. Yang wak lenjang ngarang. Kilo to adu. I got questions as mga Victor ng small. Mal simple questions, mal view. Ang mga Victor, I think I'm naman kayo para 2 weeks ago. Mga durara, government naman kayo. If I would have done a mistake 2 weeks ago, it's probably October 22. Somewhere around that time. Mang maral, katom of our marat ka blue belaw, especially other belaw. And yet we ask them questions about revenue, about sustainable catch. They tell the president, it's all about protection and balance with production. Nung wala mo to, basa rutsel suma alda do am namora point kira di mo matte mo dra government siya. Tika giril advisors of president. If I'm not mistaken, vice president according to the constitution. Ding gal Baviel White say let me give you one example. There are masas parliament building around Marshall Island. Staff for tier malago ramos in dimila reklal se babringi lego modul klima Marshall. What's the difference between same and mga pal ngitra rubak se lut bali kagi dalam modo al bad ada adu malakal tabora roy del blue ya mereka apa mengutiling rablur belau nulung tu gila laikal petingnya lah ngesuk gila rablur belau etilok tu dikta babera pun toyosu ngel CEO tiwai semua pemetingnya ada presiden tiga sebab soal manager report they see the benefits saya got to close fish market rablur ada they're willing masih sama send their experts level to si sa ketika fishermen be how to package lagi how to handle it, quality, the maintenance, and quality of sparing. President of the Oak Legala said, your bluefin tuna can be worth at least $100 a kilo. But if you do not handle it right, it can be worth less than $2 a kilo, even though bluefin. President Olger Tilmas, Sibela, Omega, Tigadalo, sure. Tilman sorry, middlemen. Ding, back to Mortel Bavier. Activo Blotak, I'm disappointed. Tell Babil, Tilog Loisel Mura, Murashabra, Avamenta Shaba. El Mas Avet, Patingla Tolbum, Sadra, Bulu, Mala, Lari. What's the Lord President Bula? Conservation measures. There's a difference between a conservation and a preservation. I'm going to go with that preservation. In 100% throughout the India. Conservation, Axel Bon Meribu, Clomia Bita, and Rob Abno Messers and Yam get closed. Ako connection open. Wa all my gal su bulo sa tiang, I have na bru. Sa nga I can bet particular questions in tiang, you know, kan ada siapa lah mal respected give. If tigaran di give, hindi na kalok to dikira news. Sige questions or other belam merkamam. Which the questions more agree. Makpali ayaman presidente len patil giblo ramo galen. Roa. Solo nya presidente marwa sa aldo ko to club to tele. Ablen sorry tiang temle modu na makpas okay. May giblen lim. Expert president masya pabiram na mara. Magibong ngenda ka bolo sa gid. Makpali mo si presidente ko dia. Ganya question na ka. October 22.
Mo sa mas ka kapira babir mo komesang. Mo site tiale social science lurunya radra PNMS with P Creek surbera feeling radra gira la PNMS which dia ka ada dispute tiale gidro gulo asay ngiri adal mga riyom ralugi laklangar. Only issue kita masakot ra size. what's the appropriate size. El gida aruli and mongir other bela mung, you know, abay mal blakata kartia tiagid. Mal mringla arala atuna, e mal beto arala angigra almol. So alsum ka adal mamarangi gila mamarangi gila. Mamarangi ra almol. E gida mdayin asar tourist mekper dara blur bela kana solo lomes. Mal dia lomes ayan ngigra ngawa, to mis angira almol. Ngira dan mamudo al balance ertial toy ngira al time atial pala sirida mal ertial loge laklar gida so dal mangleo mari. Not only that mal ersel loge laklar rubugul bela giri gotel kiri rubugul bela egal el 12 state egal 12 state asel garansir amora 12 mile ndi aba 50 ndi mora 12 ndi kala lakar say. So tial reporta abay malo tilwase al suma kara rubukul belaw pay kire kal mangale la ko tanbe tan masem open na angi gara ngawa lam satra ngara eri ila al malama amu ngosong sa angi gari ndi tabay malte wase tigira malamu tro mesringi agi dir gam su buringi ang song sa report ri mga mga ko se tigira tamdu sa mga government trablu rasyabal lol tutak ra executive branch atia kal make sense to koy tira siya wala diga mo ta eran halak tigi iwi question number ne minister kal amne tim nguyuri le ora mal mesra lili dinga halak iwi. Is the Japanese government now fully committed to building a domestic fishing port rangat pang? Ngaram ko dogera other siya ba tiar question. Gidan namo daga fishing port, gidan namo daga PIT ay ariya soldama aspera port gido ngito ase bem modo rapport rablur belaw. Ablur siya bala se okay. Haligi bam identify site. Mutamlame ase abes location ang atpang. El atang next round rom subula se mapodoruri yung wara tetele. Mang kita mo ang kodagete se melati al portal bori amotela arale wara dorur tri. I can question mother siya ban. Ngari step by step process. Hindi kal makita hindi kal gira rubugul bela rula watial babiel mo lang tiada makrur gid aktif lagatak ngo makrur gid lang you know so akmal ulingit to ase gida ngara imolingok ya kamal mo kami advisor gid reklay ulingit to ase next time please mamodor club babiel me eta dadu and I know abibira time kada dadu ingara bebir kami ul dia kalau umray gel tokol gi mologoy malumin tukol ministry all to. That's okay. Ngari kaklaka araw usraw daswet. Hindi dolingit rase. Mela kadala pasel gale dal moram dala bebira blu lo do. Ya dekal ungil treta. Godolingit trangul klang sew. Egida adidiul bitigar mudra blu belaw. Magada ogi usegi de olingit tra ungil understanding. Anyway. Namo ina farugul belaw. Okay. Yeah. Pai ngari ndikadi update tergi de bai sigir sel ligara next week.
Okay. Biar ada media alik change sa subject el al mel week el al got el first week of November yang ngaringi ministerial meeting el momsa dat ko era disaster risk management. But tirigal betok el minister sa Pacific region amekmer dra blur belaur el al weekend ngaringi 8 ministers maguk pebil tirigel guk tial ministers guk komte ar pebil rablo ngaringi imol prime minister new seblu new el mekmer dra el al weekend ngi omul saygid el 1 week el ministerial meeting se president obis rigidra nemo mga kama adiregal ministry of state away gim gora o ngara arngir el ang prepare el girel material cell advanced team ra SPC already tangara belur belao lo menteri trigal atat emergo orior el arrange sa roguil to el girel say el meeting el lomo ra Monday sel ni erul club sel meeting ra ministers amor ngira Tuesday mo Wednesday say gidia ko radio ay sir ngir miul beklave President and direct ngaringiat tablol team sa specialist ng rabulur belaw ngaringiat team ra canvas pack tirga nga total til toktang tial toktang mar nurse, mar physiotherapist tira 24 el disil at yang ara balur belau emrula surgery rahip pa ni tira adra iyois tangara hospital elangal mring lorior aku reng sa wasa tamal bato kar adra belau am lamo mato uspe anges wulgire la tokoira surgery moraigal pulorir mahip pertir malungi laurerir dirgam ner sera tulmur sera October 24 yang artial mo November 4 ang close time lang arab lur belau o lang sa original adra lur belau sel imoratim akuk tim rar tok tang ramad hamad tirga direct mal klorior blalgat makli miul adra medial tirgam lay edim lagdil ngara al sela hospital tabayim lamay sa igal balur belau tam lamor nga ure mora blilio mora ngar along lamor nga yang maigal balura bawal daw ba el atta eli mel al sil se tukti ngara bayra mayong lo mesra screen bekla adra belau el tira uspe agora a screening ra Madrid kala talamal ra Madrid et mong et tomeser tir merko screener tir tirgel tira mo uspe abot mal ubeng surgery ra math tirgel gid ya schedule abot schedule tir el mora next tirgel guk next team ra specialista guk may tire el mo kandak tay gil surgery el mor tir mo akmange president wasa ka bisange ka ma tirgal baby ministers matirgal lomtira united ang aring isel functional bomongot pokring ti ayamar akmo menteri tirgay gidel toktang ko coster tir sel dinner tilet mamrare el algab sange president lastel kamladu liak el mot el maldi emphasize ti gidel issue to ko era yosang kita mamar ministers president ministers rawe orur taygal bekkel madala urior rakabalmenter gid Kidar mortersel continuing budget adoritil die del buil akelsel. Kung way say gide, of course, the base sel yosang artian nomre rak 2025. Kung way say gide, di a salary increase rakabalment, aradra lower rakabalment, 10% already kada namom sukur niya aradra rakabalment, malungilar rira rukuil at, tira oreor, Yagum tabal was sen nomre el payday mel al payday el al sales et tamla mal oswar sa igid el ngas aklelaw dudir ra igal paycheck tir actually se president le guk kamamra ministry ra health aklol basen tra abaji ayosang ra ministry ra health adi mor web tra salary leng salary lo omdo dra toktang mar nurse material bektel specialist ngara al sela urior girel klo do del mora salary el alblal ed up ti del 10% del mora salary may gel fixed cost al sela ministry toguni at toera dengi ara lalu malmut el bebil endi seludo del mo itra salary esolaem lalmut el golia klor ti al yosam ra ministry ramam ra health and human services aswakal mo clip president tawase ti al yosang argid el drur tringir el al continuing budget till 3 months kamama dia gimu elol mel boil et subur edel boil et suburir so kapol blakatakla alwase dia gimu ti al edel boil el ngia continuing budget authority emergo et suburir le tegi del salary increase el blal realize ngia arbek al adra kabelmen tawul maigel ngiam lama se sludo del mora fixed cost ara larwa dengi marokui maigei gidia aigei sepak krenger kamam lo rurta igal bek lurior ramadala akabelmenter belau taguni at ministry ra health and human services ak madengel wasi ablila ministry ra all grill man direct wise gid ma ministry ra education man direct wise leng maklol budget tir amora salary ra adlorior regel ministry makmul wise mrenga sulem direct leng agim langutial issue mer attention ergaw kita mga dulo banggel tirgel guk mara finance lo ase kadam karang emre ay gel ngi amaklolo reor diakal sa PL matrop ay gel kadam karaya di malamol man sa PL continuous ay galu reor diakabol affect ta service kamamara ngara ministry ra health and human services kamama make sure ak langara ra diakal tamal diakal dulusak langara ra mong actually yang message on tigel morar adro albira kululaw was please mo mesaygal ministry kamam uspe a help el al time lor dia yosang arab lur belaw malmasulang el president
Sila, Vice, That subject to budget. Kita tak dua government terablu ram regel. Tiga yang ada shutdown nanti tiel government tidak diwujud lagi tiga silol kem dawu. Kita actually al muten mal street. Sel awalak mele announcer sel alak da pasra budget. Aku se elang sel pasra midnight. Tiga la drora kasto mara tiga wal balentir. Ela agora tinga reklo mara artilo sendi mongil gu yo sangang et maharar. Ni ngomor segel timing wal genro hosi. Mengira del man magtaklil wase. Doni tara drol bira galula wase. Mlamo aling utalbuil. Tek namo talbuil. Namo talbuil alakal mga italyo sangang kadamla. Diol gege to December. Mung sel dora el bedula da December 1st kita amral mo kosokos. Mauli kadolni tara drol bira galula wase. Agiolngit mol melo meeting em gaiget sertia le teatri giri lo bala maskid. Tiada kadil ngari sodela olbira galula alsel. Tedri gamru rayo sanga yang un meska kalwase. Tiagi dagi blam ngeri maktir gamol mala ayelul dos mama uk mol aul dos wamal gire. Lo patian di tira mru koteka. Mer tiga di tanangan tingum malas menit ase dim geli. Di tiada kal fair. Mrelang aliu lol tirak la temela urior. Bolse del mal ungil. Lulla ungil yo sanga ngal gire ra adar bela. Dia kan ngotot mokter gitu, dia ada osik raknu mina terbela, nanti aku lugut mukli, pisik me, te alam mau gerak kama malah lagi di mana dulu, kamu, lalu nama dah question, okay, mal betul kah isu, mal, ala kulit pisik me imangu, dia soal lurte ada mau klon dir, full speed auror rajel. Gidam dingin wase amle mokte garida wase by December am na amrek tel jail. Maybe it will be December dori, maybe a little bit later. This is point wase full speed auror. Umil adara news todo mamlas chasin wase teng girel gir. Bol umil andra adar hol bilang. Tamalang alak rin morang ulmo de dal tuak lomes ni dim southern ira session. Umil lu klube melesa. Anyway, dire ka chokal wise wase sel refugee working group mal blakan dir auror. Continue L'Oreal lo sigue sel un Israel, mosa bakla adar belau, mong irar bekla adam kada ke maklor mu dengan abluad na kada bedi begik la. Kada gidam dingin ase bakring na ablur belau awangara. Di gida adoru rangi dil toy kada tirak la ul ba ablur belau. Yeah, I think I've said simplest explanation. Another bodol si sepertir all tirak la alul aurior al sel ablur belau les sia di taral gida lo giungi kira ablur belau. The refugee, the asylum seeker, the deportee, the nganaklem. Di kita ngarege requirement tra ada ngarege la blur belan mi. Nga degal criminal, nga area adu ringira urior. Kadung me employee di wadra Bangladesh, madra Philippines, madra China, madra Uganda, trigger to ngara blur belan lan sins. So aktimna so kal share segi de working group pak melmrenga sulir, melmrenga urior. Ada tera rubugul belau, ma mesil belau, ma House of Delegates, ma Governor, ma Speaker. Kama madir kami ada Senate, di tiga ukti kalme di win. Di tiga part working group. Mesel boleh telir el joiner kama joiner kita balungil le. Udah sudah arbek adam close to trail. Sel the leadership katat makaloro rokui. Adam. Mesel ulang ngari tiga itu lom rokui ma. Akmade ngari kita tolo mite al pabinga rubugul belau. Ndiri kam sada batokol to ngari sel sada ase mede kiti be leadership a working group a leadership ngari aru babinga ru bela kiti be leadership to sadara adrak sara blur bela ngaga me oni tar rubul bela lo ase mlaw mereka conference kadam dengi ngol sa ma a yirel mru ru ki tial mring lo ru mang bodak ekmia Mora legal blumio, mora legal blumio, mdang legal problem, momal certir, mola bada galir, tigagi de momda so set problem mol digertir. Kami anak di siu. Oh, ya, so kadamo kayo nga siu. Kamal so kaloro mga rugul belaw, tiga ada bay soro gid, mga continue loro lo mentrir, di abebira time and give the correct information and Minister of Justice mal klo oda lakle, igegrea klay nga siu. El bay regal maklol el bangalet. Alwak miri ma next hindi kan sa kadangar let me just go ahead and finish it. sel ngari executive order tiang ba sang maklo tutel executive order set lang tiang executive order number 497 tiang is to create a review and recommendation process for the inclusion and removal of individuals on the undesirable alien list. Kita dengan luas kita ngari sel list melama ngalak email dartel ada ngari yang clear al sel tial list. Kalau umrah luas yang tiak tahu tu tel list, ngari tirigel betul na sois berablur belal, ngari ablar rule tiak luir al sel abluad, whether to overstay ngari adom besertin rule illegal, tiak lier ngar belau. Ngadam la mlus, lord top the tira ablur belau. Hindi ka doon paralo sa tial process sa girel malin, sa girel blakatak, na marabek lad. Ito mo mga sa presenta ukti tilas mele ng meerak muntal, lad mong hindi kalsual ang kalsali lang ngarbelaw, mong mori blakatak kal process el dogi mungi. Tiak lo tutreleng doon paralo sa to klo tutrel morangi del belu security. Tadnam tigeni lo sa aktimis kami example. Tirigel adan mlode mara fijil mla adradrax. Tirigel amla rasaibal. Mere belau. Mga breber al selablul belal telarra back in 2016, 2017 el marailme. Emroga recently ang beber tig moralist et top te amra a Fiji. So seguida adont mokri. Aigal agency al selablul bela abu arbulis ma immigration ma custom ma NSC loro magila FBI ma DEA aiga trigat mage matmok lagi information or sigo kasi magradar la atial belwad el mo salba aql edor top der tigal tiram kit la del meso isbra al salab belwad من كلو تطلع هذا ساير تيا لتيا ترى أقوم مرة لو سين نشوف بقدر التقرأ كي تلقى الشاب بلو بلاو اللي قدم نيا سين ترجع يد الأذر عود بلو ترجع أورر تما يجي كي تقلع الشاب بلوات ما قلت تمسك هذا الجير لا تايم so mal كلو رول مرال لتيا ترى كلو تطلع رول ما وترتيا للسيل سه مسايرين مسكين يقبيرين ومو يوي so الوقت ميل ما نكسل ياندي كسبيري بروتون على الباي ترى من سوق المير أدرى NSC ما أدرى immigration ما كاستمرا دي نوم كتا أيسل تودرو سه لمي ما تسايلني ترى دي مرتي ركري هذا سولا ده سه الميل تورا درك سجيد رو مقادرين سيل جيد روت مطلق روت مطلق هو مرة تيا قاسي أكتوبر مرة دي ملك جيد ساني لنا جيد الميل أوكي سولا malbetoka ngara news lang yang wak lamang giral mo tera larsa news ko lastly gida mal meringa sulir tige rogol tiro ora government metan chovir tiral tal sande gida ngani sel sugang gida se tige luk to bet sel sel al sel se pod recognize tir magotru ul ngari Donald Emmanuel ngara public work ngara sel MPII ngari Joycelyn Ton Yokwe, nga nurser gidra, yeah, nara Ministry of Health, yeah. Tirgati terung, ya ok na tara silsi me song sa rol ring, dimle terung mele tel silsi kaman meringa sulir, tiram ring lor avek silsi. We wish them a happy birthday. Madio sila makal tanga tertir, no mol makal tanga terablur belau, yadol mol el gaingeseu, el girela agot. After belau, mamal misulang, ma, au next press conference ring, sulang.